In the studio here at the Sawmill Theater Complex. Hope everyone listening and watching this morning had a wonderful 4th of July celebration. If you got a chance to go down to Green Valley Park, it was another spectacular fireworks display. Big thank you to Dallin Hawes and his family for putting that on. And the town of Payson, they did an amazing job, all the different departments, and it was a great time. So if you didn't get out there, hey, you should maybe check it out next year. Well, this morning we are going to be talking about the upcoming Payson Community Blood Drive, and that takes place Monday, July 14th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Mount Cross Lutheran Church. And this is put on by Vitalant. And in the studio to share more about that blood drive and Vitalant is Mark Waypa. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Chris. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here. It was a wonderful drive up from the valley, and looking forward to spending some time with you for the next half hour or so.
Hey, thank you so much for taking the time to drive up here today and talk about Vitalant and, again, blood drives that you host up here in the the one that will be coming up the soonest is Payson Community Blood Drive, and again that's Monday, July 14th at Mount Cross Lutheran Church. But approximately how many blood drives does Vitalant do up in this area? It's quite a few, isn't it? It
is quite a few, and you know, I enjoy coming up here often. We've got so many great organizations and groups in town of Payson, the city of Payson, that support blood drives. I'll just mention right off the top before I forget, in addition to the big community blood drive we have going on next Monday, we're also going to be working with Expedition Church next Tuesday to do a blood drive, a mobile blood drive in their parking lot. We do frequent blood drives with the Banner Payson High Country Seniors Group. They are just a fantastic group to work with. American Legion Post 69 does blood drives with us. We just love working with Eddie Howard and all the guys out there. Culver's of Payson is just such a tremendous supporter of blood drives in the community here, and they do donate custard pints for a pint for people who give blood at blood drives up here, so we thank them so much for that. And then we're really excited that after a while, the Payson Elks is going to be doing a blood drive with us again later this summer in August. So if people can't make this blood drive coming up here, plenty of opportunities in the community to also donate blood. Not to mention Payson High School. We will be working with Payson High School a little bit later this year as well on some blood drives. But we're really excited to be here.
And even right here in this complex, I believe the Sawmill Theater as well.
They do, yeah. Craig Tripp on over there is just a fantastic supporter. We do bring the Bloodmobile up here 4 or 5 times a year, a lot of times during the summer while the farmers market is going on. And just great opportunity for us to be here, interact with the community, educate people about the importance of blood donation, but also have the opportunity to collect some of those very much needed units of blood during the tough summer months.
And that's exactly where I was going to go. You had mentioned in one of your correspondence, one of your emails, that the summer months traditionally are a little harder for the blood drives, and just the levels of blood just decrease. This summer, you mentioned it's been even harder. Lower?
It has been. Typically, summertime is a very difficult period during the year to collect blood to begin with, especially in a place like Arizona. A lot of people go away to cooler weather during the summer, not to mention the fact that kids are out of the school during the summer. So think about it. We typically have drives at colleges and high schools that we don't do during the summertime by and large, because students aren't around, teachers aren't around. A little harder to pull those together. Kind of an interesting fact, 1 of 6 blood donors in Arizona is 18.
Yeah.
So somebody who's 16, 17, 18, high school, college age.
Yeah.
So that means that 1 out of 6 transfusions that somebody is receiving came from a teen donor. So during the summertime in particular, when we don't have those high school drives and those other regular activities, a little bit harder to donate blood sometimes.
That's just really impressive. I know you've mentioned that before on the program here, that just the high percentage of blood donations that come from teenagers, and I think that's amazing. That's great. That is really encouraging and great to hear.
Yeah, it really is. You know, and it particularly has an impact when you look at our population as a whole. Mm-hmm. There are about 60% of us or so as adults that are eligible to give blood. Mm-hmm. In Arizona and in most states, only 3% of the eligible population regularly donates blood. Mm. So when you look at those numbers, you know, we're already at a small number. When you have some of those teens and other young donors that maybe aren't as available to donate over the summer, does put a strain on the blood supply. Mm-hmm. Not to mention just this time of year in general, as I said, people away on vacations, there's other activities going on. You mentioned the great activities that were in town here at the park mm-hmm. over the weekend. Lots going on, lots that pulls us away from maybe that habit of donating blood regularly if we need to. Or if we want to. So that's why it's so important for folks to try to join us at one of these upcoming blood drives, especially the next one here next Monday at the Mount Cross Lutheran Church if they can.
That's right. And to sign up for this blood drive, the best way and easiest way to do it is go to the Vitalant website, vitalant.org, and just put in our zip code, town. It'll bring up the blood drive, and it'll give you all of the times that are available that you can choose from, so you can schedule your time, whatever works best for you, and it's just that easy. And then you just show up, and but the staff always does just a great job, everyone that comes up to do the blood drives.
They do, and as you said, you know, the easiest way to do it is go on our website, vitalant.org. Like you said, put in your zip code. It will pop up with not only this drive coming up next Monday, but many of the others and all of the others that I mentioned a few minutes ago. If you're not comfortable doing that, or if you want another quick way to do it, you can also call us anytime at 1-877-25-VITAL. And any of the folks that answer the phone there will be happy to help you make that appointment as well. So we've got a number of ways you can do it. You can go on our website, you can make that phone call, or you can even just Google Vitalant and you will find us that way.
Mm. And I do see, I pulled up the website, and also Tuesday, the 8th of July, so tomorrow, the Bloodmobile will be at Culver's.
Correct.
Here at Payson. Yep. So between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. And it looks like there are a few times left, but there are times that have been already taken or filled up. So there are some times left over lunch, which is very convenient. And that, again, the Bloodmobile will be right in front of Culver's on 260, that's 805, Arizona 260, until 3. If you can't make that one, again, Payson Community Blood Drive, and that blood drive is Monday, July 14th, and it goes from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So a lot more times available for you to sign up.
That is correct. I think I checked this morning, we had about 45 community members sign up to donate at that one already. I'd love to see another 45 sign up at this drive. We've got more than enough space for you, and really will have a tremendous impact on the blood supply. I know we've talked about it in the past, but you know, every whole blood donation that somebody gives has the potential to be broken up into different components and can actually save up to 3 different lives. So that single blood donation can be broken up into either red blood cells, plasma, platelets, or some combination of the 3, and be used in different ways to help people that need them as critical medicine in certain situations.
Wow. So I know on every program I like when you just share a little bit about Vitalant
Sure.
and the organization, because people probably ask questions, and I would imagine one of the main questions, where is my blood going? Is it staying in this area in Arizona? Where exactly does it go?
Yeah, well, thanks for asking the question. And I have to be honest, one of the reasons that I work with Vitalant and why I find it so rewarding is because of our life-saving mission in what we do. Vitalant, many of the listeners and viewers may know Vitalant as United Blood Services, founded here in Arizona many years ago, and as things kind of came up and we had the chance to merge and join up with other regional blood banks around the country, we got together and rebranded a few years ago under the name of Vitalant. So Vitalant currently operates in 28 states. In Arizona, we are the designated blood provider to over 60 hospitals in the state. So that makes about 91% of the hospitals in the state get their blood supply from us, including Banner Payson Medical Center. So we are the designated blood provider for the hospital here. So every unit of blood that we collect stays in Arizona. We are proud to be Arizona's largest nonprofit community blood provider. And as I said, we do operate in most of the state and provide blood for over 90% of the hospitals in the state. So when you donate blood with us, you truly are making an impact in Arizona and in fact in your local communities.
No, that is great. And are you able to supply all of Arizona's blood needs?
I tell you what, we do the best we can. We need to collect 600 units of blood across Arizona every day just to meet the needs of the Arizona hospitals that we supply.
Wow.
And so that doesn't matter what day of the week, it doesn't matter whether it's a holiday week or a holiday or not, every single day we need to collect 600 units of blood just to keep up with the anticipated demand. We do that by doing blood drives with organizations and with mobile blood drives across the state. We typically have about 20 blood drives or up to 20 blood drives a day going on sometimes in order to collect that blood.
That's just what I was going to look up actually on the website to see, the different blood drives that were going on today or, upcoming. So, wow, you're all over the state then.
We really are, yeah. We've got a great team, and we do our best to cover every corner of Arizona and make sure that that critical blood product is there anytime that any of us could need it. We never know when, we never know how, but it is just so critically important that those blood products are available when the doctors and the emergency technicians need to prescribe them for us.
So if you're just tuning in, just started listening or watching on one of our live streams, we're talking with Mark Waypa of Vitalant, and we're talking about the upcoming Payson Community Blood Drive. That's Monday, July 14th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Mount Cross Lutheran Church, and there's still plenty of times that you can sign up for, and it'd be great to get signed up. To donate blood if you are a regular donor, great. They really appreciate that, Vitalant, and everyone that's receiving your blood appreciates that, so big thank you. If you've not donated in a while, or if you've never donated before, here's a great opportunity to come out. They can walk you through, the entire process. It's very simple, and the process, I want to say the whole process maybe takes 45 minutes to an hour tops.
Yeah, that's about it, Chris, and I know you are a loyal blood donor, and thank you for that, and appreciate all you do getting the word out in the community here. I'll talk about the blood collection process here in a second, but I also wanted to piggyback on something that you mentioned just a second ago. We do encourage donors to make appointments. We certainly always gratefully accept walk-ins, but if we do have the appointments, it just makes it a little bit easier for our donor care team to be able to plan from a staffing standpoint to make sure that we can provide the best service available to get you in and out of your appointment within that 45 minutes to an hour. But again, we always will take walk-ins. Just understand that the folks with appointments will get in there first, but certainly we encourage anybody who can to please come out and donate blood. Yeah, the blood donation process itself is very quick and easy. For most people doing a whole blood donation, which is our most common type of donation, most donors can be in and out within 45 minutes to an hour on the high end. And typically, a donor will come in, be greeted, we'll get them signed in. Once you're signed in, you'll be taken to one of our donor care representatives who will do a little bit of a health history questionnaire. Just find out a little bit about your current health status, any recent health things that may have come up. We'll get some information about any medications that you've taken or that you are currently taking. And really the intent of that is just to make sure that you are eligible to give blood, number one, but also that it's safe for you to give blood. You know, sometimes we all may have some low iron in our system or something else going on. We certainly don't want to have somebody donate blood if some of those levels are off a little bit. So we want to make sure that everything's good for the day, and for the vast majority of people, it is. You know, one of the other benefits of giving blood is part of the process is you're going to get a little bit of a mini physical. So we're going to check your basic vital signs, your pulse, your heart rate, your temperature. One of the outcomes of the blood donation process is we actually also do a total cholesterol test for you. So you will have the opportunity after your blood donation to go to your confidential donor portal and be able to track those things over the time. So many of our donors tell us that they really appreciate having the ability to have that tracking over their time with their vital signs and their cholesterol count to share with their doctors or whatnot. So nice little extra benefit there that people don't talk about a lot. Once that's done, we'll get you into a comfortable chair, and that's when the actual blood donation happens. We do take the blood donation from, you know, the crook of your arm opposite your elbow, and it's just a small little pinch. It's like getting a flu shot, or if you donate blood, or if you have lab work done. It's very quick like that. Most people, the actual whole blood donation process takes about 5 to 8 minutes for most people, and then you're finished. After that, we'll ask you to stay with us for about 15 minutes in our canteen area, enjoy some snacks, enjoy some refreshing beverages, and just make sure that you're good to go on your way. And for the vast majority of people, the rest of your day goes on after your donation. We just ask you to avoid a little bit of strenuous activity or heavy lifting for the rest of the day. But other than that, it's a very quick process. As I said, most people are through it in about 45 minutes. And that 45 minutes of time, as I said before, has the potential to save up to 3 lives.
Wow. Now, does it matter what blood type a person is?
Not at all. We accept and we gratefully encourage anybody to come donate blood. All blood types are always needed. There certainly are certain types of blood that are in a little bit more demand. If you have type O blood in particular, we always are looking for type O donors, and the reason for that is, type O negative is the universal donor. Type O positive can go to the vast majority of patients out there based on the blood type. So, we're always looking for type O donors, but all blood types are necessary.
And how about qualifications or restrictions? Is there maybe something that does, and I know there are probably a few that disqualify people or would keep people from donating blood?
Probably the biggest one is if somebody's actively taking blood thinner medication, that will defer a donor for a while. Depending on travel, if you've been to certain parts of the world, malaria, prevalent countries or some other places, there may be a couple of months where we'll ask you to wait before you donate blood again. By and large, travel to different places of the world isn't that much of an issue anymore. You can always call our Vitalant number, 877-25-VITAL. and talk to our folks on that line if you've got questions about your eligibility, or if you did have some recent travel or have been taking some sort of medication that you're worried about, and they'll be able to help answer those questions for you. But the vast majority of people will be eligible to donate blood. And frankly, what's the worst that can happen? You show up, go through that health history questionnaire, get your mini physical done, and perhaps learn that maybe you can't give blood that day, but you could in the future. One of the other questions that we do get frequently from people is, I recently had some tattoos done, or I recently had a piercing done. That does not disqualify people from donating blood at all. In Arizona, as long as it was done at a regulated shop, which just about all of them are, you're fully clear to donate blood.
And how about age? Is it 18 and over for these blood drives? Because I know at the high school doing blood drives, but what is the age requirement?
Yeah, in Arizona and in many of our states, individuals can donate blood as early as age 16.
Okay.
You have to be at least age 16, at least 110 pounds. For the young ladies out there, there's a little bit of a height and weight requirement, just from a standpoint of making sure that your body volume is enough for you to be able to safely donate blood. But you can donate blood at 16 or 17. You just need to have a signed permission form from your parent or guardian. But once that happens, you can donate blood, and hopefully we can get you to be a lifelong blood donor when we start you that early.
Oh, gotcha. So yeah, even maybe some students that are on summer break, but they want to give blood. They don't want to wait until they're back in school and the next blood drive, and they is it 3 months? You have to kind of wait 3 months after you give blood?
Yeah, it depends on the type of donation that you're giving. The most common donation at these blood drives would be a whole blood donation, and a donor can donate whole blood once every 8 weeks.
8 weeks, okay.
And,
so
right.
Roughly 2 months.
Yeah, it's roughly 2 months. It's about 56 days.
Okay.
The other types of donations that we often do at these drives are double red donations. We call them power red donations. And for certain blood types, like the O blood types, we do like to see if we can get double the red cells out of that donation. And those individuals can do that basically 3 times a year. So once every 16 weeks or once every 3.5 months or so.
Gotcha. Again, there is a blood drive. First, the mobile blood drive at Culver's, which is taking place tomorrow. And that's where Bloodmobile will be in the parking lot from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. There are still, it shows 4 different times on the website. Again, that's vitalant.org. Just put in the zip code here, 85541, and you'll see the blood drives in this area. So it shows 4 times still available. But then there's the Payson Community Blood Drive, which is Monday, July 14th, and that's at Mount Cross Lutheran Church from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And there are quite a few times still available that you can donate blood, again going all the way until 6 o'clock. And as Mark stated, it's much better, much easier for Vitalant if you sign up, if you register, and that way you can get in and out in that 45 minutes to an hour, where they do accept walk-ins. But if they're busy, if they're full, it might take longer. You just might have to, wait a little bit. So that's why the appointments are really encouraged.
For sure, yeah, and again, we thank everybody who's already made an appointment, and let me thank in advance all of you that will make appointments to join us either at this drive or others coming up. It means so much to us, and it really means a lot to the people that will receive those blood products, that you're taking the time out of your day to come and give such a precious gift. And we know that that is recognition enough or gratitude enough for most of you or for all of you. But to keep it fun, we're also excited that we have a couple of other things going on this summer for folks that come out to give blood, just as some additional thank yous. So one of the things that we're excited about is, again, this summer for, I don't know how many years running this has been going, but the Valley Volkswagen dealers have donated to Vitalant a brand new 2025 Volkswagen Taos that will be raffled off at the end of the summer here after Labor Day. So everybody who comes in to donate blood is going to get a chance at winning that car. We will bring 10 people that we select at random to our offices in Tempe later this summer, and one of those 10 people will walk away that day with the car, so that's pretty exciting. We also have a national promotion going on with Vitalant, where somebody who gives blood over the summer is going to win a $30,000 voucher to take to a car dealership of their choice to assist with the purchase of a car, so that's a lot of fun. And again, I mentioned it earlier, Culver's of Payson here, Matt, the general manager, Steve and Kathy, the owners, they are just such generous people and such strong supporters of community blood drives that we'll also be offering at this blood drive next week, as well as the others in town here. Anybody who donates blood will be able to take a voucher to go to Culver's and redeem it for a pint of their great custard, so a pint for a pint. So again, thank you to Culver's, and we really appreciate that.
That is a great program. Give a pint, get a pint.
That's right.
So good. And again, just want to thank all of the businesses that we mentioned earlier and organizations here in Rim Country that participate. Also, organizations and businesses up in Pine, Strawberry, down in Tonneau Basin, just all throughout the area, all throughout Rim Country. There's just great participation and support of the Vitalant blood drives. And you mentioned as far as knowing where your blood goes, how it is used, there's also a way that you can sign up for that, isn't there, to where you're notified via text?
There is, yeah. If you haven't donated with us before, when you come in, donate the first time, set up your profile. One of the things that you might be asked is, would you like to receive a text or would you like to receive some communication about when your blood is used? And many people do that, and I can't tell you the number of stories that I've heard from people about how meaningful that is. I can't remember, I may have shared this with you in one of my previous visits, but a few blood donations ago when I personally donated, I got one of those messages a few days later telling me that my blood had been used to help a premature baby, which, just still to this day kind of just gets me right there. It just reinforces why it's so important to do this. I just also share with you one of the other great stories I've learned is I meet so many great people and work with so many great organizations all over Rim Country and up in the White Mountain region. I start to learn about people who have been touched by people that have received blood, whether it's their family members or themselves. One of my blood drive coordinators up in Sholo shared with me before their most recent blood drive that she is a blood recipient. She received donor blood a number of years ago after a very serious accident, and is just so thankful for that opportunity. So now she does what she can to give back to the community to host blood drives. Just quickly, one point I just want to get out there for everybody to think about, another reason why it's so important to donate blood. We need to make sure the blood is on the shelves ahead of when it's needed. So a lot of times people think, oh, something happened, I'm going to get a bunch of people together and we're going to go donate blood to help this person or to go to help this group. That's a noble thing, that's a great thing, that's what we want people to do, but keep in mind that once something happens and once it's needed, it's too late at that point. We need to make sure that the blood is on the shelves, tested, typed, ready to go, so that when the doctor needs it, the hospital needs it, it's there waiting for us. So especially during these holiday weeks, tough times during the summer, it's just so important that we stay ahead of those blood needs a week, 2, 3 weeks in advance if we can.
That's a good point. It's not like aid relief or for an event, but like you said, when it's needed right away.
Right. And and to that point, it's nice to have it when those things may happen outside of our community. If we do have the blood on the shelves, we can send it to those places where it's most needed at that time.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for coming in this morning and sharing. And thank you, everyone, for listening and watching. Thank you, everyone who has already signed up for the 2 upcoming blood drives, again, tomorrow at Culver's from, I believe...
I think it's 11 to 3. Yep.
Yeah, 11 to 3. And then Monday, July 14th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Mount Cross Lutheran Church. Again, Vitalant.org is where you go to sign up for those. And still times available for the Payson Community Blood Drive, so get signed up. Well, again, thank you, Mark, and thank you everyone listening and watching. Also, thank you to the Shed Kings for sponsoring our KRIM Community Spotlight program. Curtis and Anthony down in Star Valley. Go check them out, and now we'll hear a message from them, followed by an update from the National Weather Service, and then back to the music with some Johnny Cash, the Doobie Brothers, King Harvest, and more. So you guys have a beautiful rest of your day.
Welcome to Shed Kings, offering 2 convenient locations in Star Valley and Overgard, Arizona.
Hey there, I'm Curtis. And I'm Anthony. And we're the Shed Kings, home of the rent-to-own, no-credit check program.
We offer barns, sheds, garages, cabins, and steel buildings, all built to last. Proudly representing Graceland Portable Buildings, industry leaders for over 20 years. Need something larger? We also represent American Steel Buildings for unmatched durability and the best warranties in the business. Quality matters. If there was a better constructed building on the market, we would be selling it.
Shed Kings made it so easy, but quality's unbeatable. I loved it so much, I joined the team.
Enjoy enhanced floor and wall durability, optimized fasteners, and budget-friendly options. Choose from a wide variety of styles and colors to fit your needs. Graceland Portable Buildings has the highest customer quality ratings year after year.
So come see us in person and experience the Shed Kings difference, because we have the shed you've been looking for. If not, we can build it. Call or visit us to get started.